And we knew at some point, we were going to be facing some type of adversity here. But look, it's part of it, what we're going through it. We'll, we'll be fine. At the end of the day, I think, 2 games, turn the page, and be ready for the series against the Nationals. And, some guys will be back available. So, yeah.
In general, what is the biggest challenge when you're going through a randomly of that length to get ready to get back out there and play?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's kind of what we do, right? We have a lot of this year. Seems like guys do a good job of just staying ready, and us kind of what potentially move they're gonna be making. How we gonna attack them and things like that. So yeah, I thought today, the guys stay ready and just didn't get it done today.
Manny?
Everything okay with 70? I noticed he went after 79.
Yeah, he's fine.
And then also, just how impressed have you been with Adrian Hauser's outings out of the bullpen?
Yeah, very impressive. Another solid outing for him today. 2 innings, high leverage. The eighth, the ninth on a tie game. I like how he's attacking hitters. I like how he's using all of his pitches, mixing it up, using the 2-seam, the changeup, the breaking ball. But the biggest thing is he's staying on the attack and he's getting out. So another solid outing for him is going to be important for us.
Just one more. Is he potentially a player as a starter sometime in the future, or do you see him as a reliever?
So right now he's a reliever, especially where we're at now. And he's doing a pretty good job of it. So.
Anthony?
Carlos, did Sanger throw his bullpen?
He did. Yeah.
Came out okay?
Yep.
Do you have a day for him?
No, yet. I mean, I got to get with the medical staff here, and I'll probably, know more today, tomorrow, see how he comes back feeling, and then we'll probably have a date for it.
Dave?
Carlos, you're already in a long run of 17 straight games. Now I guess it's 14 you're going to have before the break. Considering the way the rotation in the bullpen is, you mentioned before the game about plan A, B, and C. I mean, how challenging at the stretch is that going to be for you guys to kind of get?
Yeah, we're in the middle of it, at the beginning of it, and we got to get ready for, whatever the 14 we got, but just continue to take it one day at a time, see where we are bullpen-wise after each game, and then, we'll continue to make those decisions. It'll be fluid, but yeah, there's some versatility here with some of the guys that we have on the current roster, and then, we just got to continue to get creative here.
In the back?
Kate Rooney, Pix 11. The last 2 games notwithstanding, how invigorating has this last stretch of winning 12 of those 15 games? How invigorating was that for your team?
Yeah, it was good to see the boys play well. Obviously after what we went through the month of May, and for us to have a very good month of June, and get back and put ourselves in a better position, knowing that we still got ways to go and we still got work to do. But I was, very proud of the guys, very proud of the group, and the expectation is that we will continue to play well and continue to prepare and continue to push each other, and so yeah. But it was good to see them play well for the past few weeks.
Gelbs?
Carlos, back to Severino for a second. When you look at his outing today, how much do you attribute to just some bad luck of balls that softly hit and found holes?
Yeah, and I think you got to give credit to them, because I thought that especially the righties, they were doing a really good job of fighting and trying to stay on that 2-seam, especially when he needed to get ground balls. They fought and stay inside of it, and that's why we saw a lot of the bloopers and soft contact, but he didn't get the ground balls, and you got to give them credit, because I thought the sinker was good. They put together some tough at bat. So,
Reber?
Carlos, you had a few options in the 11. Why was Festa the guy you thought was the right?
I don't know about few options.
I only had a few, yes.
He was either Festa or Jay, so that's all I had. So I decided to go with Festa with the righties, knowing that I was going to walk Alvarez and take my chances right on right, hopefully get a double play there and get out of the inning. That didn't work.
John?
I guess intentionally walking Alvarez, I guess it's probably not a hard choice for you. And then you challenged that liner that missed by an inch. You just gave it a shot, or just do something?
Yeah, no, I mean, we got on the phone and they told us to challenge, and that's the process here, So I think he thought it was close enough, but we didn't get it. So yeah, that was all to it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was more excited about the spot. But when found out that I'd kind of forgotten, honestly, that I was one away. And so, when I found out, definitely made it even sweeter. But to come up in that spot and be able to tie the game and give us a chance to try and win the game. It was pretty special for me off of, obviously a very, very solid reliever in Abreu who's had a lot of success in the big leagues. So, just kind of bittersweet. I'm proud of it because when I came up, I think I've grown a lot as a player. I think this is part of one of those milestones that kind of shows the growth that I've had because when I first came up, definitely wasn't considered a home run hitter, more of just a slap hitter. And honestly, when I came up, a lot of people considered me a fourth, fifth outfielder. And so, now to have 100 home runs in the big leagues and, be in a position and do it the way that I did it, it's pretty special. So I'm glad that I could enjoy that, and have that moment. But, it was just like everything else in baseball, it was, quick and then, okay, enjoy it and move on, and we're trying to win a ball game.
What do you make of, you guys are 81 games through the season now, one game below 500. What do you make of just sort of big picture where you're at?
I think big picture, it's been a tale of two seasons, even in this first half. I would say pre-team meeting, post-team meeting, you've seen, a team that has played really, really good baseball since that team meeting, and I think is, given us a real good argument for going for it and trying to make the playoffs and make this push. But there's still a lot of work left to be done. But I think we're showing very positive signs, and we obviously have more work to do and we have places that we can improve on. But I definitely think since that team meeting, the statistics would back it up that we're one of the better teams in baseball.
Brandon, when you get that double to lead off the 10th,
Yep.
the way things have gone for you guys the last few weeks, you're thinking, I'm going to score here and
Yeah.
we'll walk it off?
Yep. Yeah, for sure. It just felt like, okay, momentum's back on our side. Got on second base, nobody out. JD Martinez, obviously coming up, and Pete and Bader, and Bader's walked off how many games for us. He's been really clutch, and I had that feeling, just like we were pressing and they were on the defensive, and unfortunately we weren't able to come through there. That's just the way the game is. It's usually won and lost by very small margins, but. Yes, I did feel like we had that feeling and had that momentum going in there where we were just obviously, no duh, one hit away, but it just felt like it was, right on the tip of the sword there.
How tough is it to sit for almost 3 hours and then be kind of thrown back in
there? Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. Especially because like cells kept popping up, and so we were thinking, okay, like 45 minutes, and then another cell pops up. Okay, another 45 minutes. So it is tough. It's easier when you're at home. I will say that. We're able to go back and, get a meal in and take a little nap, when you hear that the second cell's coming. And so it is easier at home, but, it's definitely a hard thing to do, especially on a getaway day, and you're looking forward to getting a little bit extra recovery going into the next week. But it is what it is, the game hadn't finished. It was a tie ball game, and we were trying to win. So, we were trying to become as prepared as we possibly could during that break.